Hey everybody, Chris with Legendary Customs based out across Wisconsin. If you like what you see, hit the like button down below and of course subscribe to our channel. We are here today doing another legendary tool review. Many of you have heard of a nutzert. If you haven't, it's a tool that is used in hidden cavities to make a connection with a bolt. Now, nutzerts are they're a blessing and they're a curse all in one. Because if you don't do it right, you end up screwing yourself later on down the way. Let's take a look at the tool, its box that it comes in, and the organization that it comes in. This came today, literally. Now I've used it before at John's from PT Welding. My 5/16 tool, the threaded part, was misplaced. So I asked John if he had one. He said yes. I went over there, I used it. It worked much better than my original ones that we have in the shop, which is this mess right here. And I decided I gotta buy me one of those. Now, John didn't know the price, but it's from a tool distributor that stops at your door once a week, twice a week, or once a week, once every other week, once a month, depending on what you want. And I was just gonna wait for him to get here, but John didn't know the price, so I thought, hey, let's look it up. And they're around 300 bucks. Now, if you break it, they give you a new one. Awesome. If you break it, they bring you parts right at your doorstep. Awesome. So you're paying for service. But I wanted to see if I could find one from that manufacturer online for less. Because like our tool reviews, we don't get paid for them, we just do them. When we find a tool that comes through that we decide that we want to do a review on, which this is one of them, we just do them. Help you guys out because we go through a lot of stuff. So let's start with the old ones. The old ones are these right here, one for metric, one for standard. 30 bucks, well, 35 bucks. They came with a organization box. The top is where...
Well, that's sort of an organized mess.
It's an organized mess. The top is where your pieces go, you know, for your 4 millimeter, 3 millimeter, 6 millimeter, 8 millimeter, your different size standard. But you have to change out these in these tools, and it's kind of a mess. To do that, so these are reverse thread. So when you're putting it into the nutzert right before you squish it, the reverse thread because you don't want this to loosen up. Well, if you don't tighten the bejeebers out of this, if you've ever used one of these, you have experienced this not working correctly because this part's not tight. So you literally have to grab this with a vise, pliers, something when you tighten this side, because otherwise it free spins. And then you put in this, you do your job. Now, like I explained, this is all hand strength. That nutzert is squishing on sheet metal. The tighter that squishes, the more apt it is to stay in place and not free spin on you. This, you're using your arm strength. So the reason why I wanted to get this is not because these, well, I didn't think these were junk. They just don't work as well as they should in comparison. And nothing is worse than having a nutzert free spin on you after you put it in a bolt, because you can't get the bolt out. You have to cut it, you have to grind it out, and then you have to start over, and it just sucks. So you want them tight. Well, $30, $35, $40, whatever they were. They weren't that much. This, I was planning on spending, like I said, 300 bucks to get it. When I saw this on eBay and on Amazon, I couldn't believe it, because the price I'm going to tell you for this just sounds cheap, and is cheap compared to what I was planning on spending. The case is identical. It has your metric, has your standard tips, all there.
They all work on one tool.
They all work on one tool. You don't need two tools like you do with the other. And everything on this is just snug. So you don't need to crank on it, hold it with pliers so you make sure you get it tight. You know, you're not wrestling with it. Now this is just as important to have tight as on the other tool, but this sleeve holds it from spinning. So if you just get it snug, it's doing its job. Put it in, slide it down, snug it up, and let that sleeve go over the top. That is never going to fight you like it does on the other kind of tool. Put on your keeper. Now, this part here, for the different sized zerts that you're going to use, you're going to set this at a different level. The bigger zerts, you're going to have this up higher. The smaller zerts, you're going to screw this down in, because you don't need the same articulating motion. You don't need the same throw to get it snugged down. Okay, that goes there. So this is now set up to do your job. Now I'm gonna wreck one. This goes on there. You would normally have a piece of sheet metal on there, and
Dang. Okay, you're moving, so I can't see it.
okay. And it squishes it. Okay.
Works.
So this you change out to the different size threads. You put it into the zert, which this is in the bottom of the willies.
What size is it?
This is 5/16, and you literally tighten this in. Okay, so this is all the way up. You're snug as you can get, and then pull on these out, up again, tight as you can get. Crimp it down some more, up.
Does it tell you to do it 3 times?
It tells you to do it until you
Can't do it no more?
can't do it no more. So up again, and so that's sandwiched, and then you unscrew this.
And now you have some squished nuts.
No, I have some squished zerts.
I think that's a made-up word. I think you made that word up.
So, blessing in all those blind spots, like we used them on our custom seats that are going in the Willys pickup truck.
Did you weld those ones too?
I did weld those. So normally you put them in, you're holding the nut in a very tight confined place, you're putting in the bolt, you're tightening it down, and it's just a pain in the ass. If you've ever put in seats, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I put a nut zert in the seat, in the track, tack. So if you put too much torque on it, you're not going to free spin it. You don't have to weld them. It's just something I do because I'm just crazy in the head. Comment below if you think I'm crazy in the head. But anyway, everything's organized. Battery's going dead.
Can I raise my hand? No. I think you're crazy in the head.
I am crazy in the head. I set myself up for that one. So anyway, the long and the short. Tool review on these. 1 out of 10. 3 or 4. They do the job. They're a pain in the ass to use. And you are working fully with hand strength. If you don't have strong hands and you're using a bigger zert, you're not going to get as much crimp on it.
Or a steel one.
The small ones, you're going to work fine. The 6 millimeter, 8 millimeter, the smaller ones, 1/4 inch, these will work fine. This, 1 to 10, I would actually rate a 9. Now, why am I rating it a 9? Because I'm giving it all sorts of praises. Well, it's not the tool. It's the box. So I'm going to bring this down here. Here's what I think it should be. And now, I keep teasing you with this price. Remember, 300 bucks delivered at your door, you break it, they give you a new one? This was $40. It's the exact same tool. It's the exact same box. It's the exact same organization system. It just has a different sticker on it. Instead of tools that comes to your door, this is Winmax Automotive Tools. You can tell that it's made in Japan or China because it doesn't say Winmax Automotive Tools. It says Winmax Tools Automotive. So, who cares? So they make this also for the company at $300 at your doorstep. Works great. Number 9. Why is it rated a 9? Because all of these just go right in here. Now, John's...
A bag that doesn't even reseal.
Bag that doesn't reseal. It comes with it. Pain in the ass. Now, John's kit did not have it. Maybe if you spend an extra 30 bucks with them or 50 bucks with them, who the hell knows? Maybe that's what these are for. But what I think those should be is, okay, so right now what's on there is a 1/4 inch nutsert. There should be a clear case that goes in there with a purple top. Clear because you want to see right before you run out versus opening up, I'm out because somebody used them. One for each type of zerts. And then these would fit the ones that you use the most. So you had extra of the ones that you use more than the other. Now, again, maybe that exists out there. That would be, make it a 10 out of a 10. The only downside to this is you do need the space to fit at least that much into it. So you can get a throw, tighten it up, get a throw, tighten it up, get a throw. Yes, it will take longer than getting the whole stroke out of one, but at least you can get in there. These, pain in the ass, but you can get up into a smaller spot, squeeze it, tighten it up, squeeze it. So, Amazon, eBay, wherever, this tool is out there. I can't believe how cheap it was. I was prepared to spend 300 bucks on it. It wasn't that much. It was 40 at my doorstep with taxes, everything. It was less than 40. So I found a deal. I would recommend it. There is my tool review. We'll go on to show you it being used. Keep watching. Awesome tool. Cheap as hell. And if I break it, I'll spend another 40 bucks. And guess what? 4 days, it'll arrive at my doorstep. And that is the legendary cheap tool review. Keep watching Legendary Customs. Again, if you like what you see, subscribe. Every subscription helps us out tremendously. Comment down below, especially if you think I'm crazy. I want to hear the comments on that. And we do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Until the next tool review, watch our episodes of the builds that we have here at Legendary Customs. We do everything from stock restorations to some pretty radical stuff. Keep watching. We appreciate it. Till the next one.